everyone. Welcome in, my sleepy sheepies. Yes. All right. Into the big fight we go. The Magla's really dense up ahead. Something might be there. Are you ready?
Oh.
Right, let's go. What the? Is that a ghost? Well, I guess we are in a crypt after all. And there's even melancholia crystals here too. Calm yourself and remember that death is a passage through which none return. 'Tis more likely a monster which has undergone melancholistation. What is that sentence? So this was the dark presence that Gallica sensed. Perhaps we have these crystals to thank for the strange changes afoot in the crypt as well? Let us avail ourselves of this opportunity to shatter them completely. Looks like it's not going to be that simple. Here we go! Ready yourselves! Holy guacamole. So much attack. Oh, it repelled. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Shit. Sorry, Hulkenberg, I need you alive. Yeah. So much attack. Got him. Oh. Increases evasion against dark attacks. Interesting. Okay. Get it, Will. Attack the crystal. Black jewel necklace. We managed to take it out, huh? Wait, what's that? Oh, could that be the trinket the noble lost? He said it was a memento of his wife, so let's take it to him. Well, I guess that about wraps up our reason for being here. I have been accursed. Ooh. Running. Yeah. Oh, hold on a minute, mate. Are those the mortis skulls? Don't tell me. Did you bring those for me? Haha! I'm not dreaming, am I? I really don't have to die? Oh, I'm so relieved. Are you going to tell us why you needed the mortis skulls now? Well, you see, there's these weird fad among the nobles right now where they think placing skulls in their homes will ward off disaster. That can't be good or true. But normal ones are no good, apparently. It's got to be one of the specially marked ones from the mausoleum, or they'll supposedly have no effect. Completely daft, right? A noble with more money than common sense demanded that I bring him the skulls, said I'd be sent to the gallows if I didn't. Seriously? That's ridiculous. I can't believe they made such an outrageous threat over such a silly superstition. Yeah, I thought nobles were supposed to be a little more, noble. Or at the very least smarter than that. But lately they've all been panicked. I think the whole Grand Cathedral fiasco reminded them that it doesn't matter how much coin or influence they got, they can still die just like the rest of us. With leaders like this, I doubt anything around here is going to settle down and go back to normal anytime soon. Anyway, thanks to you, I managed to escape with my life. Here's the reward I promised. Cool. Thanks, young Elda. You really put your life on the line for a complete stranger like me. I'm sorry I ever doubted you. This is important, so let's grab something to eat. We've got to build our stamina back up for next time. Into the night. Back to the Martyra Tavern. We recovered a necklace in the mausoleum, correct? It belonged to a nobleman. We should return it with haste. That entire mess has affected a great many people. It's all such a shame. All the more reason to fulfill our goals, so that further tragedies may be averted. The road that was blocked by the landslide should be cleared soon. We've got the head we were after, but I'm sure we can do more good around here in the meantime. Yeah, to most people we're still abandoned nobodies. Maybe we should visit more and see if we can get strong enough to make a name for ourselves. All things considered, I think we did a great job today. Let's get some food in us and then we'll hit the hay. I'd say we earned our rest today. Good job. We depart tomorrow. Okay. Let's try Grand Trad first. And then we'll see. We'll talk to more, I guess, about getting stronger. Yes, let us go here. That black jewel necklace. Don't tell me you found a proper warrior to help you retrieve it. Of all the people, it had to be a worthless Elda. Ah, I've seen your face before. You're the youth who helped to restore order during the attack on the Grand Cathedral. I apologize for my earlier behavior. The things I said, I can't even imagine what my wife would think if she heard me utter such discriminatory nonsense. I want to punch him. You want to punch a lot of people, T. Allow me to reminisce for but a moment. My wife was a researcher in the king's employ. She had such wit. We would talk for hours, endlessly discussing the county's future. She was kind and noble. Frankly, I never deserved her. And this necklace was the object which she treasured most. Wow, I never would have guessed. I'm glad we were able to bring it back to you. You have my deepest, most heartfelt thanks. Here, the reward I promised. Accept it as a gift from both of us. Unfortunately, I'm running low on funds, so this is the best we can do. Forgive me. Courageous young Elda, I shan't forget your kindness for as long as I live. Now that I have this memento, I have some closure about my wife's fate. I should return to the countryside now. I bid you farewell. What ought we do today? Whatever the specifics, 'twould be prudent to use our time in improving our chances in building our strength. If you have the time, shall we continue our training? We should. But I recall our practice swords were broken. Shall we go and buy new ones? I mean, I literally have so much money, so yes. I'm glad we found some sturdier sparring swords. Hopefully they shall win me some measure of redemption for the other day, On the authority of the Knight's Order, your crime shall be repaid with death. That voice. Is that Rondanthi? You remember, he's my former comrade that we met before. Wait, we've saw this man a lot. Do it. Hold. Well, if it isn't Hulkenberg, I'll ask you not to interrupt my duties. This is your duty? What knight commander presides over executions? It is only right. Those who would do this nation harm shall be punished. What exactly has he done? Treason. This fool, a petty officer of the military police, slandered the honor of the royal knights. Honor? What honor? The royal knights of today are honorless. You've forgotten any oath to the throne. Now you're just dogs barking on command. You insolent. Bring me a whip. Hanging is not enough. You cannot be serious. This insolence is why you would have him killed? This after all the trifling sinners you sent to the gallows. Righteous fury rings false from a hypocrite's mouth. Now die, dishonorer. Ride like the maggot you are. Treason's only reward is death. Therein lies atonement, whether for the knights or the people. They could kill me for any reason they liked. Rodante. This is beyond outrageous. You've authorized nothing less than public butchery. Maintaining the capital's order is the knight's duty. 'Tis only natural that we punish those who spread lies. Have you sold your soul to the Sancticists? Were you blinded by your prospects you'd win by any coronation? It hardly matters who takes the throne, so long as the royal knights still stand to flank it. This, you see, is the role of one who has risen to the post of knight commander. One's burdens are different from those of the freewheeling and frivolous like yourself. You infinite coward, you poisoned toad. Is this the shape of your so-called loyalty? Bold words. One would almost think you and your friends seek the hangman's noose yourself. Wait, try it. Try, if that is what you want. Will, no, if something happened to you. I see your well peasant learned to hold his tongue. Pity stays my hand today, but there will not be a next time, Hulkenberg. Power is not a tool to torment and kill the innocent. It is meant to guide the weak and vulnerable, that each and every one of us live together in better country. Will, I apologize. I forced you into my troubles again. He's the one in the wrong here. All the same, I'm glad you were here with me. Who knows what would have happened had I been alone. Somewhere in my heart, I'd expected he might still understand me. I would count such blind faith among my weaknesses. Should it ever be me who stays from the path of virtue, I only ask that you remind me of my purpose. Under any circumstances, can I entrust this to you? I can sense Hulkenberg's virtuous sense of purpose and deep trust. Ooh, okay. More skills can now be inherited by the knight lineage. Let's go. I am partly to blame for Rodante's brutality. No, the day has already left me exhausted. We'll speak more of this some other time, away from prying ears. The man behind Hulkenberg. I feel I've seen him before. Uh-oh. Back to Martyra Tavern. I have no one else to rely on. Heisme comes to mind. Maybe I should go talk to him. Ah, it's you. Once we get our more pressing goals out of the way, I wouldn't be sure what to do with myself. I've been thinking of that Yugif village. In some ways, there may be no better place for my son to finally rest. But I've been away for so long. Can't say they'll accept me. I'm practically a stranger now. Right then. I suppose I'll stop wasting time dithering and get myself ready. The place is just to the east of Martyra. The village is hidden, so I prefer a quiet and careful approach by carriage. I'll guide us. Fair enough? Hasn't changed a bit. Yes, this is my hometown. Apologies for dragging you all this way. Tadari, it's me, Heisme. I've returned, and I've something to discuss. I've known Tadari for a long time, you see. He's the leader of the village. Although, I should warn you now that you'll not be welcomed here. You might feel some hostility in the air. I'm used to nothing I'm not used to. Ah, yes. The Elden experience, I suppose. Nonetheless, I do apologize. Heisme, is that you? You're looking gray in the ears, my friend. As if the years were any kinder to you, Tadari. I hear you left the Royal Knights, but it's good to see you again. Who is this? This is Will, a traveling companion of mine. He's standing in the tournament for the throne. I'm the future king. It is nice to meet you. Wait, is that why you've come back to the village? No, I've come to see the cemetery. I'm trying to find a place where my son can rest. Ah, your boy's gone on ahead then. He passed away before I could bring him here. At the very least, I thought I might let him rest somewhere with a view of the village. He loved running with the wind in his face. Surely, I thought, he'd like the hill. I know it's not something the villagers would easily accept, but I see. Well, it sounds like a wonderful idea to me, but you know the cemetery is sacred to the village. I fear you might be right. I'm not certain how they'll respond. Would you allow me to take the urn? I imagine that seeing it will prompt their cordiality, if not sympathy. All right then. Thank you. I always used to train here when I was young. Look closely and you'll see this tree is riddled with claw marks. I know because it was my claws that left them. Brings back memories. Of course, having shaken the trees, I'd get a swarm of bugs coming down on my head, and of course I'd go whining to Tadari about it. A crybaby, eh? So even you were a cute kid once, huh? Have trouble imagining it. The villagers are here. They watch us from the shadows. If you focus and listen, you'll hear them too. He didn't leave voluntarily. He was stripped of his knighthood, wasn't he? And now he wants his child buried here? The boy wasn't even born in the village. Do you hear? That's horrible. Can't believe what they're saying. That's horrible. Exactly within my expectations then. If they decline, let's withdraw without a fuss. I've explained the situation to the younger villagers. Seemed like nobody had any problems with giving your son a place here. Indeed? Thank you. Master Tadari. The urn of bones, it's gone. What? What is the meaning of this? A fallen knight brings shame to the village. I hear a voice from somewhere. Tadari was just too afraid to refuse him, that's all. I can hear your every word. I'm sorry, Haizme. I can't excuse the villagers' behavior. The village hasn't changed a bit, still rejecting outsiders, still shutting themselves away. Maybe I should have expected this. I left this place behind. I became an outcast. Maybe losing my son again is what I deserve. Still, you stood for me. You spoke in anger on my behalf, and that is my sole salvation. I can feel Haizme's profound sorrow and strong trust. I shall search the village entire, no stone unturned. Doubtless that intrusion would only provoke further offense, but I haven't time to waste. You have my sincerest apologies. I shall take responsibility and find the urn. It is my duty as chief. No, as one who would see justice done. There's an unease in the village for today. I think it best you leave. Very well. The big sad! Haizme and I returned to the city in silence. I've seen the state of the race with my own eyes, ladies, gents, and mad malcontents. If you want an update, here's your chance. So far, we've mostly seen gauntlet runner skirmishes and dueling mayhem. Now it's time for the real thing. Sounds like we've lost a few candidates already, too, poor bastards. Went after something too nasty for their headhunt and got themselves headhunted. We've got some candidates who've outright given up, no confidence, can't blame them against these odds, and some others have bought and sold out of the race. Come on, that's a bit unfair, isn't it? I suppose money's power like anything else. Military strength's not meant to decide this race anyhow. The question is, what's our final head count going to look like? Lots of unknowns left, people, and we'll not know the truth until the exhibition. A little bird told me one of our contenders has made a bold play in Martyra. They might not even come out of it with a head. What? What are they scheming then? Let's hear some details. Sorry, chums, I'm just the crier. Can't speak for any one candidate in particular. Luckily, you'll not have long to wait now. With all that said, can't help but wonder how Count Louis is taking this, can we? My sources say he's not bothered with any of this. He's still gallivanting across the land, killing humans. And yet, even without a formal entry, Louis's voter base is still growing. Bound to have His Eminence Forden grinding his teeth, that. For now, let's enjoy the show. Right, everyone. Farewells said, particulars packed. All that remains is to ride to Oceania with pride in our hearts. Watch out, Louise. You won't know what hit you. Well then, off to the races. What? Old Barden's given me a detailed map of the area. Sounds like quite a journey. I hope it won't be as bumpy as last time. Oh no, it'll be a slight smoother. But you've got wings. What are you fussing for? Oh, there it is. Should have known the fatigue would hit eventually. By the time I got some sleep. Haizumi, why are you on my bed? You're positively miniature, man. There are plenty of other places fit for you to sleep. Splendid. Just magnificent. Oh, what is he dreaming about? I hope you've no designs of taking my bed. I've cut men down for less. With friends like these. Next is Port Brailhaven, the capital of the Principality of Oceania. If we punch it south of Martira, we'll make it in, I'd say 3 nights, 4 days or so. Wow, so that's Port Brailhaven. What sort of place is Port Brailhaven exactly? 'Tis a large city of preposterous commerce. Due in no small part to its oceanside proximity, I envision droves of people will pour in for the exhibition. All the people delayed by the landslide might still be showing up. Keep an eye on the road, okay, nurse? Why, I never. Who do you think you're talking to? Leave it to me. Next up, Port Brailhaven, capital of Oceania. Leaving behind the old castle town stricken by tragedy, the gauntlet runner sets off towards the exhibition of the brave. Their destination, Port Brailhaven, capital of the Principality of Oceania, a world unknown to them. What will they accomplish? Acclaim, or 3 days until we reach Brailhaven. Okay, reading the book. Through sparse and objective, the words still manage to vividly depict the endearing qualities of a small child. He writes of the day his son took his first step, the first words his son spoke, a time his son nearly ripped his ears off, climbing all over him, of worrying about his son not eating his vegetables, of his son refusing to stop crying at night, of being so exhausted he'd fall asleep in places without realizing it. I see. Being a parent brought him lots of struggle, but even more than that, it brought him joy. A warmth arises within me. I feel like my tolerance has improved. There's still more left to read in this book. I'll pick up from here next time. The party sets off from Martira. As they watch the setting sun sink under the horizon, their gauntlet runner arrives in a land grown thick with trees. The wildlife retreats to safety before the sunlight fades, leaving only the deafening silence. The anticipation that follows the journey's beginning swells in their hearts. Hey, have you heard? There's a bath cask on the back deck now. I've heard enough whining about not being able to bathe, so I whipped something up. It's not elegant, but it'll do the job. No doubt it would shake too much to use while traveling, but it should be lovely to enjoy a soak when we're stopped. I've heard that in certain regions, fruits and grasses are added into bathwater to relieve exhaustion and strengthen the body. Should you encounter such items, perhaps you ought to consider a purchase. Thanks to Nurse, you can now use the bath cask on the back desk. Not only can you acquire mag by using it, but you can also add various bath salts to the water to improve your abilities. We've got 3 more days on the road. I can tell you're feeling stronger these days, but it's still too dangerous to go outside at night. First, this sandfish business, next the salty sea breeze. I see I'll have to take some extra care with drive maintenance. Well, don't you look intrigued. But you needn't fret, lad. Just leave this one to me. This part's the most fun. Ah, well met. I don't suppose you're as overburdened with free time as I am. I'm certainly no stranger to traveling, but I've no idea how to spend idle hours. If the idea appeals, might we talk a bit? By recalling the past and planning for the future with Hulkenberg, maybe I can hone my imagination. Yeah. Yap fest! I was very taken with the sandworm dish. It is incredible that pairing the unique ingredients of Martira with port city spices could result in something so divine. When 2 dissimilar things that would never meet cross paths, an unexpected synergy can occur. Put that way, could not the same be said for our powers? That's a good example. Aye, I knew you'd understand. As only one who has eaten of the same sandworm dish could. You know how sometimes when the powers within us resonate together, they can erupt into a move we'd never have conceived of prior? Perhaps the interweaving of these various diverse powers is what we'd call a miracle. The hero kings of yore fought alone and were ultimately beaten. I feel the possibilities available to us as we fight together far outstrip theirs. Hulkenberger and I talk about things to come. I feel like my imagination increased. Yes. It's getting late, but not unmanageably so. What say you? Shall we stay up a while longer? Hulkenberg and I talked for a while. We're chatting, yapping, talking trash. We'll arrive in the Ocean City the day after tomorrow. Heisme, you've erected a tent up above, haven't you? Do take care that you don't get carried off by the wind. I'm confident it will take more than that to pull the tent apart, though I suppose some caution is warranted. Worst case scenario, you've got wings. You could just fly back to us, no? My young friend, where did you hear Yugif are capable of flight? I hate to disappoint, but they're rather more for gliding. We've really gotten used to all this traveling, don't you think? Yes. Though sparse and objective, the words still manage to vividly depict the endearing qualities of a small child. This entry describes Heisme and his son running through fields together on a beautiful sunny day. I can almost hear their carefree cries of laughter. At one point, Heisme loses sight of his son, only to find he'd climbed a small tree. Heisme is mortified until the boy nimbly jumps down, just as his father would have. I see. Being a parent brought them lots of struggles, but even more than that, it brought him joy. A warmth arises inside of me. I feel like my tolerance has improved. There we go. There's still more left to read in the book. I'll pick up from here next time. This is Nuris. I've got something on the old girl's radar, so we'll be taking a short stop. The city ruins come into view. This place once flourished through the evacuation of magma crystals. The work was hard, but the miners were hardy and spirited, and the promise of riches lured many here. In its time, it may have rivaled Brailhaven. However, the promise of strong magma drew forth the humans. As tragedies climbed, it became a ghost town. And with promise of abandoned riches followed the thieves. For some reason, though, they all seemed to scurry home empty-handed, gripped by fear. Whoa! Truly a harrowing sight. Look at all those crystals. Simply coming here is enough to wound the soul. A chill settles into my very bones as I consider what could have occurred here. Something wrong, lad? Did that gauntlet runner get the best of your stomach again? No, sorry, I just remembered something unpleasant. Are you okay? Yeah, sorry to cause you any concern. I know what destroyed this village. I've no doubt about it. This is the work of a human. Indeed. The scars left upon this place differ from the traces left behind by monster attacks or acts of war. Right. I don't know if the magma crystals are what attracted the humans here, or if the attack caused them, but my hometown will eventually stroll. I'll make no assumptions about what runs through your mind, but I would ask you to recall the time when we cut down the human at the castle and saved all those lives within. I do not allow your thoughts to dwell on negativity. The day will come when both this place and your homeland will flourish once again. Yes, I suppose you're right. I feel like coming face to face with the cruel decline of the village has deepened my wisdom in its own way. So close to being smart. Ugh, my stomach sends notice that our next meal is overdue. Why don't we head back? So I guess Nuris can read the room when he wants to, huh? Let's put this place behind us. By the by, I made another drawing. This picture will bring viewers no joy, but it's an important sight to document nonetheless. City ruins drawing. I'll take the drawing with me to ensure I never forget what happened here. As the sun sinks below the horizon, the Gauntlet Runner arrives in a land dense with trees. The glow of the Gauntlet Runner pierces the dark, warmly enveloping them in light. The day after tomorrow will be in a real maritime city. I bet we'll be able to see the ocean soon. First time for both of us. Haisume's account of life with his son. I'm almost done reading it. Haisume left it here. I think that means it's okay to read. If I read this book, I may gain more tolerance. Shall we spend some time reading this book? Sparse and objective, the words still manage to vividly depict the endearing qualities of a small child. He recalls a time his son came to him in tears, upset he couldn't sing a certain song well. They ended up singing other songs together through the night until falling asleep. The next morning, Haisume awoke to his son, eyes still swollen from crying the night before, singing the song he'd been trying to learn, a birthday song for his father. I see. Being a parrot brought him lots of struggles. But even more than that, it brought him joy. A warmth rises inside of me. I feel like my tolerance has improved. With that, I finished the book. I feel like my understanding of the world has deepened. Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws near. Ah, the salty yet strangely refreshing aroma of seawater is already upon us. At this rate, we should reach Braillehaven by tomorrow. Seawater? I thought so. The air feels a lot more clammy, so I assume that's what it was. And so we put the forest behind us, at long last. That must mean that we've already ventured beyond where that cliff collapsed, barring passage. 'Twould seem it was fixed without a trace of its ruin. And speaking of ruin, Nurse, do you remember that we are relying on you for safe passage the rest of the way? Tomorrow we should be able to see the ocean. That's very true. Nurse said that the waters around Braillehaven are kind of strange. I'm curious what he meant by that. Me too. Well, you've come at a perfect moment. I was just thinking I'd ponder some battle strategies over my game board. An abstract game of military tactics, you see. Care to indulge me in a round? Then let us begin. I shall give and expect no quarter, shall we? Oh-ho! I believe I see your intentions now. So in turn I will... Hulkenberg used 2 pieces to flank me. My pieces are surrounded. You sought to pursue the enemy in front of you, and allowed yourself to be flanked by their allies as a result. You are encircled by my pieces to both your left and right. While flanked, your chances for victory grow ever fainter. What is your next move? Guess I'll withdraw and regroup. Withdrawing is often a wise move, but requires deft timing. 'Tis too late in this situation, as my pieces have already cut off your escape route. Perhaps not the wisest move. I still feel like my wisdom improved a little, though. Knowledgeable. Wisdom, 'tis one of the virtues a ruler must possess. If thou aspire to true sovereignty, fill thyself with the knowledge to discern truth from falsehood. A conqueror needs that precise kindling with which a follower's passion may be inflamed. You are now fully aware of the importance of maintaining proper formations in battle, correct? Now then, make your next move. Hulkenberg and I dueled on the board for a while. Enemies coming our way! Or so I thought. Looks like it's that Missy Gauntlet Runner coming for us this time. Hey, you lot! Yeah, on the Gauntlet Runner over there. You're not becoming king on my watch. I've got a short fuse, you know, and that means if you don't come out right now, kaboom! So the young miss says, I'm hoping you lot are willing to act. Don't worry, we won't take this lying down. Wait, they're coming aboard at the other end. Now we have to accept their challenge. We're in great peril. It's you! So we meet again. Maybe you got the better of me last time, but you're about to get some payback. Give me a break, lady. Ever heard of learning from your mistakes? Sorry, but we don't intend to lose either. Oh, big talk. Well, I'm willing to rewrite my record if that's what it takes to be queen. My people are suffering as we speak. Who's gonna save the Parapuss if I don't give it all I've got? I promised them all I'd become queen. You're all decent people. Got nothing against you, but I'm not holding back. Jesus. Dang! That was a very effective turn. Why are you so strong? Damn you! But this is where the real fight begins. Get ready to get stomped. Nice damage, LOL. Truly. Damn. No way! Why? I trained so much for this. This isn't supposed to happen. Dang. Damn, I lost again. If I could just beat you, I'd ask you to join me. But that power of yours is really something. Or maybe you could join me. If you know what I mean. Do I know what I mean? See, we both got fox ears. We're the same, but you won't rest easy, because I will win next time. Start preparing now. You got that? Oh. Katharina, cheer up. Uh-oh, what's happening? Another Parapus. I saw your runner, so I followed you. You're as tough as they say. Oh, Androricus. Who do you think I am exactly? Pardon me. I know perfectly well that you're the great Katharina Gran. Everyone here knows that. In fact, all their hopes are pinned on you. Are all these people migrating to find work, even though it might kill them in the end? What other option do Parapus like them have? It might be dangerous, but you've got to break some eggs to make an omelet. Eudorica. The issue is that I want to call him Eudorchius? Eudorchius. But it sounds like I'm calling him a dork. Eudorchius. Wait, take this, and see if you could stop everyone from leaving for now. Good news, you lot. Katharina's made a generous donation. Oh, thank you. Now we can eat for once. Listen, everyone. I know these times are trying, but this kind of work ain't the answer. If you can hold out just a little longer, I swear I'm going to set things right for us. Now there we are. I believe in you, Katharina. I earned that money slaying a monster just a few days ago. It was meant to be the start of my royal campaign fund. It's a small price to pay for helping out my people, but it'll last, a few weeks at most? I'll be heading out to find work again in no time. Just can't fathom dying to earn a living, and the fat cats are all too happy when the Parapus take them up on it. When I'm in charge, first thing I'm gonna do is offer bounties for their bloody heads. They squeeze us dry, so I'll squeeze them right back. Can't help but wonder if that would solve anything. Honestly, I have no idea. Even now, tons of people aren't gonna survive, and I can't tell people who aren't eating today to wait till tomorrow while I think of something. I was just lucky, you know? I had the strength to push through and survive. The truth is, most people don't have that kind of strength. They need someone to provide it for them. You should know better than most. Those who can act gotta take action. If they don't, nothing in the bloody world's gonna change. It'll stay as rotten as it is. So many say there's nothing to be done. But they only say that because the Parapus are right where they want them, beneath everybody. They couldn't have the Parapus start doing well for themselves. That would shake up the shoddy ground they're standing on. They like this twisted world just the way it is. We can save those people too. Even though they are my enemies. Maybe they're struggling in their own way. But that doesn't mean they can make the Parapus suffer for it. So yeah, I'll figure that out before I take the throne. Much obliged, Will. We may be enemies, but I like having these talks. I'm not as powerful as I need to be, but still. I've reached out to the recruitment center, and we should be seeing bigger rewards from bounties. Go check on it. We gotta keep taking those monsters down. We'll beat this world into peace together. There we go. I can feel Katharina's indignation towards the world's absurdities, as well as her deep faith in me. The loyal hunter Katharina, keeper and harbinger of the brawler's virtues. Through thy shared bond, a new heroic embodiment slumbering within thee has come to blossom. Bear this new power, foster this connection, and by their strength fulfill thy destiny. Brawler archetype, pugilist. Fattens the purse of bounty rewards at each city recruitment center. Let's go! Damn. Pugilist archetype and like. You can now study the pugilist in academia. Try seeing what new powers await you. Haha, next time I see you, I'm taking you down for sure. So don't go dying on me. As the shadows are stretched to their limits before darkness takes them, the gauntlet runner arrives in a balmy wetland. Nocturnal creatures who lay dormant beneath the fens in the light rise to seek out their prey. Meanwhile, the party rests their weary souls, fatigued by the long journey under the protection of the gauntlet runner. So we'll be arriving tomorrow. I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of place Braillehaven is. Quite a relief. The nightmare of Martyr is finally behind us. The core problem might be resolved, but I imagine the trauma is going to linger in that town a while yet. You think so, eh? Intriguing's more the word I'd use. Sounds just like you, Nurse. Well, no more haunting tragic atrocities on the immediate horizon at least, so hopefully it's all downhill from here. What? That's fair, I guess. Yeah. Ah, well met. Don't suppose you're overburdened with free time as I am. Certainly no stranger to traveling, but I have no idea how to spend idle hours. If the idea appeals, might we talk a bit, yes. My search for His Highness the Prince was previously a solitary endeavor, and I never imagined I would travel in such retinue. Speaking of which, what do you believe is the most important thing for a traveler to possess? I think it's necessary to have reliable and well-studied information. Indeed. A world of difference lies between those who blindly charge at their opponents and those who only engage after gathering the proper information. The path before us is long and arduous. We must face the distinct possibility that we may well forfeit our lives on this endeavor. However, we greatly improve our odds of survival by understanding all the rigors that such a journey entails. We would do well to share and discuss all that we know of traveling. It would improve the experience for us all. I felt my imagination grow as Hulkenberg and I discussed the challenges still ahead of us. Yes. The hour grows late. However, it is acceptable to trade a few hours of sleep for worthwhile company. Shall we talk more? My boy is never gonna get any good sleep. Oh, Mr. Captain! Rise and shine! What? Almost there. So sleepy. Braillehaven. It's been a while. You've been before. My parents took me once when I was a boy. I remember the day we arrived, and waking up to the smell of the ocean. The place was crowded beyond belief. Everything was so different from our hometown in the countryside. I felt much the same when I reached the royal capital. Quite a sight compared to my little village, with naught but fields and mountains. To be sure. And where are you from, Hulkenberg? You cannot guess? Surely Monterio in the east. Why, the Hulkenbergs are one of the nation's most prominent aristocratic houses, if not foremost among them. You don't say. Well, yes, though I've no close relationship with my parents. I've hardly seen them since I left home. I see. Suppose we've all come a long way, haven't we? Seems we'll make it to the exhibition just in time. With a master at the helm, you were bound to, eh? I really hope Joanna shows up. We resolve to trust her, so we simply watch and wait. Right, everyone set and steady? Welcome, ladies and gents, to the coastal crown jewel, Port Brailhaven. We're here! A vivacious city, Brailhaven is port of call to ships for the natural wonders caused by Magla to the Colosseum's contests of strength. People flock here to see the marvels of a city that never stops. The sea glides the gauntlet runner into the city along a warm, salty breeze. So cute! It's the ocean! Oh, I don't like the way that looks. Just look, there's water all the way to the horizon. So cute. It's kind of like the capital, but totally different. Yes. The city of water, Brailhaven. Yeah, no, that looks so strange. That don't look right. Oh, Dr. Giddux, you've brought us quite a magnificent head. How do you think he'll stack up against your competitors? With the warrior monks at my side, there is nothing we cannot accomplish. But I won't presume to know the rankings. I humbly leave it in God's hands. Why is he... Never mind. I'm gonna let all of it go. Lineup's a bit conventional for my taste so far. Ah, here comes our mysterious little underdog now. Stir things up a bit here, will ya? Oh, would you look at these spectacular gauntlet runners? They must all be worthy of kings. Looks like Luis is still the only one with a sky runner, though. No, I'm sure those blasted clergymen have some mechanism for it, too. The Sanctus Church funded the sky runners to begin with. You can call that flying, of course. All just piffling about with levitation magic. Only a passing acquaintanceship to real aerodynamics. Birds have never needed magic to fly, just the mechanical ingenuity of the feathered wing. That's the kind of breakthrough I'd like to make. You'll see, eh? One day I'll make those wings reality, and we'll soar like birds. Looking forward to. Good. I'll have you running the sky with me, mark my words. If it isn't the pretentious little gallant and his cronies. Look at that dog! If it isn't the walking headache. Well, no head to be seen. Weren't you talking big about chasing down that Heismay fiend? You're referring to me, yeah? You're the man? This is a joke, is it? He's your great and terrible bounty? You know there's still time to drop out before you humiliate yourself in front of the masses. Say what you wish, he is one of us. It is not his head we are offering. Truly? You're allied with a wanted criminal? Are you all mad? Oh, your public humiliation will be quite a sight. Come, Hector. Look at that good boy! And that was a candidate and one of Luis's henchmen. They don't exactly see eye to eye. Confound it. No damn parking spaces left. Well, let's look for somewhere a bit less unpleasantly populated. Tomorrow is finally the exhibition to present all the heads. I really hope Joanna shows up. You needn't all sleep here tonight, you know. I can stay and wait for the cavalry. Gotta give the old girl a tune-up anyway, don't I? It is much appreciated. In that case, we should look for an inn about the city. Ah, and we must sample the local delights. They've far better seafood than in the capital. I can't wait. To stop for rest surrounded by fine food is an uncommon blessing. If you're sure, nurse, then we'll leave it with you. Me, I long for a proper bed. So be it. Let us find ourselves some lodging. We came all this way to a big city. I think we deserve a real inn. Oh man. Find an inn. Okay. Hail, young Elden candidate. I've been waiting to meet you. You're the town crier, aren't you? The name's Batlin. Last we saw each other was just before your scrap with Giddux runner, I believe. What a scene that was. Figured hitching a ride with Giddux would be safe, but then you and Glodell both showed up. Anyway, I've kept busy with my candidate interviews since then. Fortin's most recently. He's who I rode here with. Look, I know it's me saying this, but be careful out there. The Crown's theocracy will do whatever it takes to win, you know? They're reckless with their runners, too. Usually you'd stop and camp during nights, but not them. We just kept running. No way! They didn't rest at all? Yep. An easy trick when you've got God's grace, plus loads of money and people, which the Sanctivus surely has. The head he's brought is quite something, too. If you want to outshine them, you'll need quite the plan. But I can tell. You got something up your sleeve. I'm looking forward to seeing it unfold, my young Elden friend. Ah, you another of those kids here for the exhibition? How splendid to see someone so young come all the way to Brailhaven. Place to stay, is it? Well, you may hit a spot of bother there. Half the county is flocked here for the exhibition, you know. The inns are bursting at the seams. Well, that sounds problematic. Incidentally, travel in the city's a little different from what you're used to. You won't be able to walk to where the inns are located. Go straight down the street and to the left, then go talk to the ferryman at the harbor. If you say, I'd like to go to Angler's Inn Square, they'll set you right. So this city has waterways. Got it. Welcome. Let me just say, I don't sell much here. All I can offer you is medical herbs. I can buy medical herbs anywhere, so sure about this? Right now you have 22. Thanks. Hey, isn't it a little strange? This shop only sells one item. Seems as though there's some sort of secret to this store. For Yupa, the island's people must change, and to change them, I must first change the country. But no one will heed the words of a pagan like me. Interesting. Anywhere you want to go? I'll take you to the far bank. Angler's Inn Square then. Hop on. Whoa! There's a stone here, too. Oh, it's moving. I'd realized 'twas slowly moving, but its coming to Brailhaven was beyond my expectation. Wonder why it came. I do suspect it keeps a watchful eye on the top candidates. It's evident that we're being observed, as we've seen from the coronation rock. Well, maybe that's actually for the better. Seeing that thing in the sky might make everyone really think about the kingdom's future. Anyway, we'd better get to finding an inn we can stay at. It's getting lively out here. We'll have customers queuing up in no time. Yeah, that's not good. That's not a good sign. You lot aren't from around these parts. What's all this then? Guest, you say? Well, there's been a murderer prowling around lately, and the only scum I can imagine doing something so horrible as that are Parapus or Elda. Let's both hope that a guest is all you are. Yeah. The inns turn away all who are not of nobility. It's infuriating. Please don't take it the wrong way, but do I no longer look the part? Damn. Also, does he not have a crest? You there. You have a look about you. Like one of my supporters, are you? You truly haven't heard of me. Oh, I'm shocked. And yet how lucky you are to be granted the privilege of my exquisite form for the first time. Beauty is all is my creed, and more than anything, a king should be beautiful, should he not? And whichever inn I choose for my beauty rest must be worthy of my resplendent grace. Yes, like this golden corral pavilion. Alas, I doubt you have been blessed with wealth enough to enjoy a room at such a lavish place as this. This guy's a jerk. I wouldn't want to stay at an inn full of people like him anyway. Kinda limiting our options here, girly pop. So cute! I saw you in Martyra, didn't I? Another participant in the tournament, right? Were you planning to stay at this inn? Unfortunately, there aren't any beds left. Because of the exhibition, everywhere's full up. And after I told myself I was going to make sure to stay somewhere nice this time, too. That's so. If this place is no good, we'll have to look for somewhere else. But wait, that gauntlet runner of yours, the one you had parked in the middle of Martyra. Hey, come on! What sort of technology does it use? Well, let me on it too. Oh, stingy. And here I was going to tell Dad all about it. Just so you know, I'm participating too. I got a real gauntlet runner of my own and everything. That means that if you're stubborn and refuse to tell me, I can make you do it by force. Look who's here. You're that elder fella from Martyra, ain't ya? Guess we both got ourselves marks for the exhibition. Were you hoping to stay at this inn? Sorry to disappoint you if so, because I just got tossed out on my ear by the innkeeper. Said it's already full, and the one calling itself the come one come all inn. Some joke, eh? Sure is. Is there another place nearby to stay? There are 2 other inns nearby, but I'm hardly thrilled with either option. On the other side of the fountain is the Golden Corral Pavilion, where knobby wankers like Ford didn't stay. A Parapus or an Elda stay in there? Fat bloody chance. And there's an inn past the Golden Corral, but that one's twice as pricey. Rumors say that's where you'll find Luis. Naturally. Probably bought out the whole place for his rabble-rousing crew. I think so? Guess we better avoid that one then. Not like we could afford it to begin with. As far as other options go, there's the spider's den over by the tavern. There's a dodgy-looking youth standing out front, smiling all creepy-like. It's me right off staying there, so I'll pass. Besides, who needs an inn when there's a tavern? From this day on, I claim it as my castle. Oh, I doubt we'll get much sleep in a tavern. I sure wouldn't anyway. Not that this spider's den sounds much better. Then again, there's no way we're getting into the Golden Corral, so we might not have a choice. Should we check it out? Yeah, might as well. This inn looks pretty shady, but I'm not sure we've got any other options. Let's talk to the man over there before we go in. I think he's the innkeeper, probably. Oh, on the hunt for lodging, are we? Haha, I have a spare room available. I won't refuse service to anyone, and my rooms are affordable for all. Criminals? Persecuted tribes? Oh no, I wouldn't dream of turning business away. Feel free to have a look at the accommodations. We can discuss payment afterwards. This place really seems shady, but might as well look at the room. Should have figured they'd be out of the upper rooms with all the travelers in town. This is a far cry from the runner, at least. I'm full glad to stretch my legs again. Do you see that giant bug just now? It was like the size of my head. It's gotta be poisonous. Oh, pull yourself together. It's just a insect. Well, listen to you. You can't have lived in a giant sandworm den and been afraid of bugs, surely. Hence the hut. That's why you lived in that hut? Oh, more importantly, we must discuss tomorrow's proceedings. Right, we meet up with Joanna, then get to the exhibition after that. Joanna will admit to the crime, the guilt of a sanctuaress, especially if her status will get Forden by association. That should make an impression on Luis. Yet, for all this, we need Joanna herself. Do you truly think she will join us? We have to trust her. She chose to offer her own head instead of the monster's. If you ask me, she'd not have done that if she didn't believe it truly was her child, at least in part. I believe she expressed genuine parental love. I want to believe that, at least. And what if she ends up not showing up? I mean, you're the one who got the worst of all of this in the first place. If it comes to that, you've still got my head for this dais. After all, the bounty still says I'm a kidnapper. Balderdash will not sacrifice an innocent life for a victory, but your offer speaks highly of your spirit. Right, we've done what we can do. All that's left is to keep our chins up and face the competition head-on. Too early yet to retire for the night. We could drop by one of the local pubs, listen for what perks our ears. And while we're at it, might as well sit down to a proper supper, eh? Could be my last, after all. Oh, haha, very funny. But I guess good info is important. Let's go check it out. What are we without beauty? What do we care for promises and speeches from repulsive mouths? Beauty is everything, and it is time our country reflect that. Beauty is everything, y'all. Sounds like the candidates have started their speeches. Let's listen in for a bit. With all skills and talents equal, would you see the crown atop an ugly head or a handsome one? Beauty is power. Lack one, and you should lack the other. When I take the throne, all the hideous will be stripped of their titles. Together we shall build a nation ruled only by radiant, everlasting paragons of beauty. Good thing I'm ugly then. I love you, Lord Milo. I'll love you forever. Well, he has a point about what people tend to follow. What? This really doesn't bother you? It isn't right. You'd rather wait for a king who is always right then? Enough about appearance. A beautiful face cannot win wars. Without military powers, the crown's voice means nothing. When I am king, I will establish a unified nation with the Rusinate tribe at its head. Our tribe, our status, they mean something. We can stray from a monolith, but it will still remain. There can be no true peace without using the power we command. Hear, hear, for Resonate pride. What pride is there in seizing power by force? Disgraceful. When I am queen, all the land's corrupt upper class will be wanted men. We'll have our guillotines sharpened and our wallets open. Those who thought to tilt the world with their heavier coffers will be a head lighter. We'll split their fortunes and toast to our wealth. Preach it, Katharina. You're just what this land needs. Wouldn't the first target be the one on the throne then? Everyone's just shouting all their ideals out. These candidates are all pathetic. Nobody here even compares to Lord Luis. Luis isn't even in the running, lad. Poor Blighters are afraid of losing to Sanctifex Forden. You've got it backwards, geezer. He's just not wasting his time on these windbags. I confess, I know not how to feel. Tis unprecedented. Never before have our citizens come together in the streets in broad daylight and shared their true feelings on king and kingdom. Indeed. Is this really the kind of change His Majesty wanted? Maybe I'm overthinking it. Let's go in. If we hang around too long here, we're bound to get dragged into a nasty argument. In we go. When I'm king, pleasures will rule the city. A bar on every block, and a flagon in every hand. All you can drink, all year round. I love his little ears. Oh, next round's on Loveless. Let fools be content with their fool's dreams. Grant me the crown, and I will make our kingdom powerful beyond imagining. Most powerful? Don't really mean anything, does it? Aren't you one of Louis's flunkies, hound? Stop barking and get back to your master. No, it's about that goddamn Luis. I've been in that guard just as long as he has, you swine. Quite a lively crowd. Looks like a great many of them came all the way here to watch the competition. That lad there, he's an Elde, ain't he? Are you a candidate too? Well, strike me down, you're right. Never seen one of you blokes before. Might be out of luck in the race, though. They'll not stand a chance. Har har. Pay him no mind. A drunk's words weigh nothing. Wow, these are fish swimming in front of the store. Ah, I've heard of this. 'Tis on the customer to fish up a catch, and the chef will prepare it for eating. I admit I'm curious. Shall I sing a shanty for you as you take up rod and reel, Captain? I guess we're gonna be fishing, y'all. Oh! No. Caught some weird creepy creature. That really edible? It doesn't look quite, natural. By all means, let us try it. Did she even look at it? Why, 'tis delicious. The aroma of the sea simply floods the mouth. Oh, and what splendid crunch it has. I guess I'll try a bite. I mean, they wouldn't let us fish up anything outright nettable, I hope. At least we'll die together. Well, I was the one who suggested fishing, right? The noble thing to do is to see it through. Oh, it's rather slimy for my liking. Ugh. I said nothing, since Hulkenberg seemed to enjoy it so much, but if you're going to eat an unknown fish, might you not at least sear it first? 'Tis fine enough without, I say. You need way higher standards, lady. Excuse me, friends. Don't mean to interrupt your meal. I am Batlin, a church crier for the tournament. Maybe you remember me? I talked to you literally 10 seconds ago. Sounds like you've made a hell of a splash in Martira, huh? Felling a vicious beast's one thing, but not many candidates took it figuratively. With a problem like that, I had to do something. Well, the rest of the candidates had to find themselves ahead for the lineup. It rather struck me when you all broke away from the pack so soon. So, you have a head ready? Well, let's see. Got a head right here, I suppose. Lips sealed, eh? Well, I'm certainly looking forward to the exhibition then, especially considering the diversity of your little party. I've always preferred to chase an interesting lead over a sure bet. Can't help it, I'm afraid. So I'll have a keen eye out for you, alright? Crier's an odd one. Not really what you'd expect from a Sanctus promoter. Who is he? Rumor has it that a young candidate hasn't brought a head. Wonder what he's playing at. Whatever it is, he's about to get a sharp lesson in the ways of the world. Poor lad. I think he's worth keeping an eye on. Look at us in the background, vibing. Keep it under your hats, chums. But his power may rival Luis's. I bet he's just the ingredient we need to, spice this race up a bit. Right. Just got back from the pub, did you? You wound me. Nobody trusts a radical, huh? I expect you'll see for yourself. Joanna and Barden should reach the city by morning. I imagine they will aim to find us in our gauntlet runner. Nuris ought to be there to greet them. When the day dawns, we should head to the gauntlet runner. The other candidates' speeches seemed practically identical. I'd not trust those types with the country myself. Is there no one who could truly rival Lewis or Forden? I have a favor to ask of you. Would you mind lending me any unused blankets? For defense, you understand. Just in case. Otherwise, while I'm sleeping, I might be unprotected against apologies. Against bugs. I want no contact with them whatsoever, awake or asleep, so I thought I might bundle myself in blankets at the night. Yes, I know this place is warm as it is. Yes, I'm prepared for the inevitable night sweats. Nevertheless, I'm grateful to have any spare blankets. Braillehaven is positively rife with tourists. I myself have long awaited the delicacies here, and indeed, 'twas so delicious I wished to eat every fish in the restaurant's tank. Fish so fresh, still wriggles in the mouth. Now that's a Port City specialty. What's that look about? You don't find it appetizing? Alright, retiring for the night. Rest well. Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws near. Oh, the man sloshed? Again? What happened to waiting for our guests? You utter buffoon! Is this why you volunteered to stay behind? Seems like Joanna and Barden aren't here yet. I feared this might happen, and we've no other head to offer the judges. Tis a precarious position. So I'll stay calm, all right? I'm going to splash some water on my face. What? My sincerest apologies. I wasn't expecting anyone to come in, you see. How did you come to be here? Explain yourself. Look at how short she is. I didn't know that. What the heck? She tiny AF. Is something the matter, Barden? My God, she a short queen. No, Barden is just huge. They were here the whole time? I'm so terribly sorry. We heard the gauntlet runner had a washroom, so we thought we'd freshen up a bit. I bathed first and was resting in the back room, contemplating my final day as a sanctuaress. Sir Nurse over there very decently let us in to wash up. I couldn't stand it, old thing. Her heart would bring any right-thinking man to tears. Could have run like a ball-leaf thief in the night, but here she is, washing away her sins. It was more than a chap could bear, I say. Needed a drop of the grape and grain just to get myself through it. Bottle's barely any emptier. Is a drop really all it took to get you drunk? Oh, please, do not blame the poor man. Talking to him has eased my heart for the trials to come. I cannot let myself betray you and regress to my vile delusions. I only sought to atone with myself before my sins are duly punished. I understand. Thank you for coming. Then, as we agreed, please confess before the crowd when the time comes. To be honest, I'm hesitant to turn you in now that you've genuinely decided to repent. I mean, we're hardly icons of virtue ourselves. In fairness, you're a woman of status, and it'll be a big crowd. We're not looking to instigate a public stoning here. You can explain yourself freely in your own words. We can't ask anything more than that. Thank you. Truly, I felt so much more at peace since last we spoke. The fog has only cleared further, giving me clarity and purpose. A fog, huh? Thank you for everything. I do hope you win the throne. Yes, I intend to. Whoever the crown goes to, we're at least going to make sure it isn't used for evil. At last, it seemed our preparations are set. We need only trust that our plans will bear fruit. Ooh, a Colosseum! Thank you all for waiting. The very first round of the tournament for the throne, the exhibition of the brave, is about to begin. Our monarchs-to-be will now present to the people the heads they seize to demonstrate their power as worthy of the throne. What did I just see in that crowd? At a later date, when the second round is announced, the faces on the King's Rock, that is to say the candidates with the top 20 approval ratings, will pass the first round. 20? 'Tis a great many eliminations in but one round. I was hoping we'd at least make it through the first, but it might not be that simple. And now, ladies and gentlemen, your eyes to the lineup of all the gorgeous faces at the judges' table, starting with His and Her Royal Highness of Oceania and Monterio. Oh, it's her ladyship. Lord Monterio's here too, eh? And the armor on that fellow over there. A general, is he? And of course, we have the one, the only, the people's favorite, our guest from the Sanctus Church. better known as the Miracle Saint, healer of all ills, presenting the lovely Lady Raelia Cyganus. Saint? Who's this? Someone fill me in. I've been literally living in a hole. A brilliant healer. We've met, though a long time ago. Even as a student, she was already considered the kingdom's best in her field. Looks like the crowd's on your side, milady. Can you give us a few words about what's on your mind as you take on the judge's mantle? Oh my gosh, she's so cute! Why does she look like that? Oh well, I'm afraid you've rather got me on the spot. Hello all. This city sure has, great seafood. And, well, sea creatures. Fascinating, aren't they? There's so much we still don't know about them. Oh, I did hear about a legend of some monster in the eastern seas of Oceania. Imagine, the mind races. I'm hoping I can investigate those sightings while I'm here. That's just great, Lady Rella. I'll just stop you there. Clock's ticking and all that, but we're thrilled you're enjoying your stay. Sometimes I can hardly believe you're my sister. Still, not much of a public speaker, are you? They're related? So she's a saint? Well, she seems like a nice enough lady. We'd better stop worrying about her and focus on ourselves. I don't see Luis anywhere, but I bet he's got eyes in the crowd. Also, the reason I was saying what the fuck is look at the guy above Stroll right now. What is happening to that man? Now, the time has come. Let the exhibition of the brave begin. First up is the respected gentleman of the church, Gidux, the head of the monk soldiers of the crown theocracy. That's a big-ass fish. But just remember, we're only counting the head. I have no taste for needless killing. Therefore, I chose a mark with meat, abundant and edible. After the judging, it will be served in a banquet for the poor. A stand-up fellow. My good people, strength and compassion in one package. He's got the crowd on his side right from the start. Now, is there anyone who can top this? I can. And we have a challenger, second in line in the church's direct opposition, the spearhead of Count Luis's supporters, Godel, the Blackened Hound. One look at the head, and I know what you're thinking. Bit small, isn't it? Well, I can bloody well tell you, it's not like this smarmy git who fished up his dinner. I'll tell you what this is. Behold the head of a hideous human. Truly. Where's your proof? Yes, the young sod's right. We do not know that's really a human. What drivel. Look at the thing. You think a normal beast could have a face like this? Probably just made the damn thing yourself. Ugh, useless as ever. Did it never occur to him that the average citizen has never seen a human? Now, everyone, let's have a little composure, please. Candidate Godel, we're very much obliged. You may step down. Yeah, they are quite big, but with small heads. Feels a little silly. Now on to the next. That's a whole ass squid, y'all! Holy guacamole! The size of that thing. Is that the monster of the Eastern Sea? Someone took the beast down? Who did the deed? I'd heard tell of a monster tormenting the people of this beautiful port city. I do no less than grant them respite from their suffering. Such is the duty of those with power. Oh, who expected anything less? His Eminence Forden is simply in another class. Suddenly the critics have all gone quiet. All I hear is gratitude. That's a big squid. Big yikes, buddy. Forden's trophy is more impressive than I expected. How are we going to make a stronger impression than that? It's fine. It'll be fine. If he'd gone after us, the reaction would mean we'd have been written off no matter what we presented. Let's count ourselves lucky and trust in our strategy. Now. No dirty looks, you lot. Next is the Pagan Assassin's Prize. Let's see what head we've got now. That's it? We don't get to see what the Pagan brought in? Well, damn. Also, I wanted to see what Katharina brought in. I just think it would be fun. Thank you, candidate Julian, for that helpful, exhaustive, and I think exhausting explanation. Whew. Now, you've had quite a succession up here, but our last is coming up now. This should wrap up our show. Now, if the last candidate, Will, would please join us on the stage. I feel like we should have brought the baby's head. You know? Where is their head? Your pardon, madam, but would you happen to be the Lady of Martyra, Joanna? The Sanctress? Indeed. The head they've brought is mine. The impudence! You dare offer an honored lady of the church before these judges. This is not to be borne. Got something to say to you, too. That Yugif there, isn't that Heisme? The same damn criminal you were supposed to be chasing? That's the infamous Heisme. A Yugif. Of all things. This after we saved your hide on the road. Silence! He may be a former knight, but now he's a heinous criminal who's stooped to kidnapping. Anyone who claims themselves his ally should be disqualified on the spot. Please wait. I have something I must confess to you all. You speak of the kidnappings that terrorized my home, Martyra. I am here to confess that the true culprit behind these atrocities was me. I was the caretaker of a hideous human in the basement of my own castle, and to feed it I abducted the innocent people of my own city. What? Absurd! Speak sense, woman. Master Heisme is innocent in all this. He was framed for crimes performed by my hand and in my name. And I, Barden, captain of Martyra's guard corps, stand to vouch for all that she's said. Just so. It was this young candidate who killed that human, cleared me of the false charges, and dispelled the shadow over Martyra. Thus here I stand. My head is his to offer. Oh, well, that's quite a turn of events. We have our head, ladies and gentlemen, and it's unlike any we've seen yet. How is this believable? She's an imposter. She's got to be. Of course. That or they're putting words in the poor woman's mouth. A sanctuarist would never. What will His Eminence Forden do? The Honorable Master should know whether I and my words can be trusted. 'Tis true to the last word, isn't it? Yes, Your Eminence. Without question. Young candidate, you have done well to bring about her reputance. Now justice must be rendered. Oh, what? Right here and now? Your Eminence, a moment! Thank you for your concern, but I have no objections. For a sinner like me, to confess the truth to the people has already been more than I deserve. Oh, new king, it is my hope that you will rid the world of its twisted prejudices and common cruelties. Please, lead this country armed with the truth. Oh, well, I promise. Oh! Well, folks, sometimes that's just how the curtains fall. If Sanctifex Forden turned in the biggest head, then our dark horse here has certainly turned in the heaviest. What an upset, ladies and gents. Who could see this coming? Those crazy kids have done it again. What a show. After the events of the exhibition, many people seem to have taken notice of me. I hope this eventually leads to saving the prince. Barden just departed, wishing everyone well. I suppose he aims to reach Martyra before Joanna's confession does. And Forden himself, I hardly expect the man to make himself so visible. Likely his attempt at redirection keeps the blame from falling on him and the church. Can't say it didn't work, I suppose. I'm certainly not blameless in this either. It was my suggestion to make an impression by foregoing the pursuit of a monster's head in favor of a person's. I guess, but nevertheless, the Lady Joanna entrusted her final wishes to us, and we mustn't betray them. That's all we can do, really. Not bad, pups. Hello, Luis! We're passing on the course of a human hunt. You gave a most distinctive showing. I suppose you're worth introducing ourselves to. I'm Fidelio and Basilo, Luis's right-hand men, you see. And now you walk with a Yugif at your side, each ally of a different tribe. Fascinating. Better to have dependable friends than familiar ones. Something we've got in common. Damn stroll if you even knew the wisdom of that. Not only did you expose a failing of the Sanctus' church, but you dared to bring her alive so Forden himself could do the grisly part before all his flock. That was not our intent. Same idea, yeah? A real person head gets more eyes on you than some decapitated beast. And now you're the names on everyone's lips, aren't you? No, we only righted a wrong, and you weren't afraid to make an enemy of the church to do it. It's quite a feat for a no-name candidate to so deftly rub Forden's face in the dirt. A wake-up call, I'm sure, for those who only know his honeyed words. Lord Luis, we really should be going. Relax, we're in the middle of a conversation. I like a show of strength as much as the next girl, but I do so much hate violent spectacles. A view from the sky sounds so much more enchanting, don't you think? So, this is what's become of Luis. There was something eerie to him even as a lad, but I never expected him to reach such height. You suppose we have his attention? Last time, he told us we had to demonstrate our power first. I'd like to think that if we went out of our way to talk to us, that's something we've earned. Oh, loves, I got a message from Count Luis. He says he'll be sending a messenger along soon, so stay in the city, would you? And I have to say, I might not want to let you out of my sight either. Damn! What the heck, girlie? Master Luis was just here. What happened? Well, he just left. You weren't told? We'd better be getting back as well. So angry. Damn it. What's so special about those fools? Luis is having a gopher pop by, eh? Are you officially all flunkies in his army now, then? It might be a trap. Don't get cold feet now. We knew going in that any plan to win his favor would be dangerous. We have finally taken the first step in saving His Highness, the Prince. If we can get the formula, then we yet have a chance of lifting the curse. How fares His Highness anyway? He still fights? I took a look in the Farsight mirror a while ago. He still sleeps, but nothing's changed about his condition. And we do not know where this formula is? No, but he's bound to keep it somewhere secret, if it's evidence linking him to the assassination. Still, a formula would be useless unless it's within arm's reach for emergencies. If it's something he's kept close, then... It's in his gauntlet runner, it's in his pocket. It's engraved on his body? That's metal as hell! I mean, hell yeah. Maybe he's engraved it directly on his body. Yeah, somehow I doubt he's literally carved incriminating evidence onto his skin. It'd be backwards in a mirror besides. It's more likely to be in his runner. Fucking roast us, Gallica! Do you really suppose it would be in the runner he uses even today? The incident was near a decade ago. It's as good a chance as any. Getting inside would be a pain for anyone else, including us. He said he would send a messenger. Perhaps it would be wise to wait until we've heard his missive. Good point. Let's just wait for word then. Joanna. A backwater sanctuarist denies me my moment of triumph. She defiles the very church itself. Oh, and naturally it was an Elda, of all people, who stood her before me. Will that benighted tribe never stop dogging my heels? An idea occurs, Your Eminence. For the tournament's next challenge, let us center the competition on a show of piety. Make them prove their sanctified faith. After all, sancticism is the state religion. It would be the barest of leaps to suggest the loyalty to the church is loyalty to the state. I assume you have a plan? Altaberry's our next destination, the very seat of the faith outside the capital. I thought we might propose another hunt, this time for relics. Ah, the so-called divine relics. Those false idols the pagans consider relics of their gods. What need does the world have for gods beyond ours? Soon they will talk of nothing but how to win the Sanctus Church's favor. Your Eminence's influence would be sure to reach even greater heights. And in the pagan lands, the greedier candidates will plunder and pillage for idols as they see fit. Fine. Footholds for our missionaries, all without getting our hands dirty. The collection of divine relics should be a spectacle held on Saints' Day. Our divine right will be undeniable. Once I take the throne, I will re-establish that these relics originally belonged to the Sanctus Church, and that they were ransacked from us in the course of history. Your Eminence, on that day, I should be grateful to be honored with a proper title. Say no more. A concession only fair for the right hand of the Sanctifix. Ever at your service. You do not bow your head? Oh, humblest apologies. What troubles you, my child? Well, my concern would be about the risks involved. Some theories suggest that even the royal scepter was originally one of those relics. In the unlikely event that a divine relic were to be found to nullify the king's magic. If such a relic existed, it would have been found long ago. You burden yourself with such fears. All you need to do is be a good saint, smile and wave and bless. Rella. You are to return to the royal capital and gather the people under my banner. Understood. Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws near. Oh, a word. Some odd blighter left a letter for you last night. Said it was Luis's man. Night prowler, today. come by. Bit curt if I'm honest, hardly diplomatic. Seems like this night prowler place is some sort of pub or club, but do you know where it is? On the city's outskirts. Seemed fairly dingy to my eyes. I can't imagine Luis at a haunt like that. You think it's a trap? Maybe he's caught onto us. If he wants to trap us, I doubt he would make it so obvious. Though that doesn't guarantee our safety there, of course. We have little other option but to show up. I'll hang out in the runner, keep myself busy with tinkering. Let me know if you talk yourself into Luis's craft, eh? Right then, let's be off to this night prowler. It's raining, y'all. The place should be on the edge of town, I've heard. The ferryman should know where to get there. Very good, then. We can save here and start that adventure tomorrow. In the meantime, hope you all have a peaceful, restful evening. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye!